When I teach integration by substitution, I normally teach you a method where you guess your way to the answer. And then once you've mastered that guessing method, then I will teach you the proper way of doing it. The proper way is to let u equal something. But let me just teach you how to guess your way to the answer first. So to guess your way to the answer here, to integrate this, you're looking for something out there in such a way that when you differentiate it, it gives you this. But when you look at this, you've got to, in your mind, you've got to be able to visualize it like this. You've got to visualize this as being one block of x, and then times 1 over root 1 plus x squared dx. Because when you multiply a fraction, it gets multiplied to the top, giving you this. So if you have that, I can drag the x out. And then this thing here is the same as 1 plus x squared to the power of negative a half, because to the power of a half is root, and you've got 1 over thing, which makes it a negative. So I'm expecting you to know this. So this block here becomes 1 plus x squared all to the power of negative a half. And then now, so when you do this, visualize it as this. So now you can see that if you look at the bubble here, let's look at the bubble. Just look at the bubble. When you differentiate the bubble, it will give you 2x. That's this x here. And then this 2 is a constant. We can adjust this constant later on. So, wait there. So, to integrate this, you're looking for something out there in such a way that when you differentiate it, it gives you this whole thing here. What's your initial guess? Well, your initial guess should be this. Should be this block here. Should be this block here to the power of 1 notch higher. 1 notch higher would be positive 1 over 2. So now, if you were to differentiate this, let's try and differentiate this. Let's differentiate this. The power comes down. The bubble stays the same. And then the power gets minused by 1. And then you times the derivative of the bubble itself, which would be 2x. That's a constant, 2x. Now, if you tidy this thing up, this 2 here, merged with this, will give you a 1, and then you've got an x. So if you were to tidy this thing up, it would look like this: x, and then bracket 1 plus x squared to the power of negative half. You see, now this thing here looks exactly the same as this. And then you've got your x here, which is exactly the same as this. So now this is your answer here. So this is your answer here. When you differentiate this, it will actually give you the actual answer. So the answer to the first question is this thing here. So it would be bracket 1 plus x squared to the power of a half, which is the same as root 1 plus x squared. That's your answer, and then you plus c. Okay, so this is your final answer here. That's your final answer. Okay, for the next one, visualize this as x plus 2 to the power of negative 2 dx. Now, if you look at the bubble, when you look at the bubble, x plus 2, when you differentiate the bubble, it just gives you 1. There is no x out here. So this is actually quite easy to do. So to integrate this, you're looking for something out there in such a way that when you differentiate it, it gives you this. And it's always 1 notch higher. So make this to be your initial guess. X plus 2, 1 notch higher would be negative 1. So now when you differentiate this, it would be the power comes down, the bubble stays the same, the power gets minused by 1, and then you times the derivative of the bubble itself, which is 1, because if you differentiate x, it gives you 1. Differentiate 2, it would be 0. So 1 times anything would be anything. So this here is almost the same as this. it's almost the same as this. You just don't want this negative here. So you would go back to your initial guess and stick a minus in front of it. So now when you differentiate it again, it will be this thing here. So so now this is exactly the same as this, which is exactly the same as that. So the final answer is this thing here. That's your final answer. So the final answer for this one would be, well, you imagine it as a -1 as one block, and then to the power of -1 would be 1 over that thing, and then this thing gets multiplied to the top. So -1 times 1 would be this. So that's your final answer, and then you plus C. So this here is your final answer. Okay.